You ever have one of those stressful days where you wish you can just blow off some steam on your way home from work? Well, let me tell you, the LC500 in a convertible, especially if you live near water like I do, could be that exact therapy that you're looking for. In fact, this is definitely way more healthier than a lot of other options out there. And in today's video, I'm gonna be going over driving the LC500, both with the top up and the top down. So good. Which I've never done before on this channel, to show you the driving experience in both configurations, as well as some of the high performance things. So we have the two-tone white and like that nautical blue color. Since it's the convertible, the material on the door panels is a little bit different than the hardtop. It seems more durable. Like it seems like if it got wet, it would be okay. We do have some carbon fiber on the door sills, as well as some other high-end materials throughout the dash, soft touch. We have like a blue stitching in some points. The seats are kind of like more like the sport seat, which is quite nice. And they do have a secret feature in them, which is the air scarf for the back of your neck, which on a day like today, I'm definitely gonna need. But also, when this car first came out, one of the features it talked about was how quickly, in fact, it's the quickest roof action that you can have in the market at the time. And you could drive up to like 50 kilometers or more while putting it up. And this particular one has a really unique color to the top as well. So it makes it sort of part of the design instead of just a function of that soft top. It's a little bit more unique, I guess you could say, and it matches the vibe that we have on the inside and the outside. So we're gonna be driving the LC500 convertible with the top up for the first lap, and then I'm gonna take it down and be able to test drive it that way. I'm not gonna go anywhere until I put my sunglasses on, which is actually from one of our Lexus guests and a big fan of the channel, so thank you to Natalie for those. So the LC convertible has a few things that like the base LC doesn't have. So I'll kind of go through that while driving. I think it's gonna be really interesting to see the difference between this with the top up as well as driving it with the top down. So first thing I'm gonna do is just get it fired up here. Always a nice startup sound with the LC. And also with a lot of these sports cars, I like that they have this like, I don't know, it's like a seatbelt holder. So you don't have to reach like so far back for the seatbelt. You can kind of just like grab it. It's already almost like halfway there. I'm just gonna drive it in normal mode at first, and then I'll probably tweak it a little bit from there. I'm gonna get out of the startup screen, set up later, because someone is gonna buy this car someday. It does have the LFA inspired dash, so you can move it over and you can see a few things. So I'm gonna do that because I always like to see like the G-force meter for some reason. I know people in the comments are gonna notice that there is some plastic in the interior, and that's because this is our showroom car, so I am gonna try to keep it as clean as possible, all things considered. Heads-up display I have set. The mirrors I pretty much have set. Oh, actually one is pretty low. The thing about the LC is the back is so large. So when you're setting up the mirrors, you can really see the back in the mirrors. You can see how wide that car gets as it gets farther back, which I think is a really cool bit of the design. It's why it looks so good. Now this is a little bit colder of a day, so I'll probably enjoy the first drive more than I will the second drive, because it's like 5 degrees out right now. At the time of day that we're filming, it's gonna just get a little bit darker and a little bit darker. And also I do recognize we're doing this at like a busier time of day. So I hope I still get a bit of open road. Windows are all up. And don't forget there's 4 windows because of it's a convertible. So these quarter glasses can go down as well. One of the things I always do, and it's shame on me, is anytime I do one of these driving videos, which is rare, I never have gas, and today's no different. It looks like the gas light is gonna turn on at some point. By the way, visibility-wise, it's good. Like, the way the body is shaped, I really don't feel like I have any blind spots. I know that's crazy to say because when you first look at the rear window, and you can see it in this camera, it looks tiny, but when you're looking at it through the mirror, it like fits it perfectly. So, and I'm definitely gonna be doing some paddle shifts, for sure. Another thing about this interior, so this is the white and blue interior, and interiors are so funny because it's one of those things that if you have a black interior, you don't notice it when you're driving. Sometimes even a dark red you won't notice, but when you have something that's like two-tone like this, like the blue and the white, it kind of adds an extra layer to the car, or an accent to the car. So while I'm sitting here, I have this beautiful view of white and blue, and it's like that nautical blue. I don't know, to me, it's adding to the experience of the car, where I'm not just looking outside the car, I'm also enjoying the way it looks inside, or what I can see from inside, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna get on the highway. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna take this turn. It hugs it very well. We're just in normal mode. You can hear that V8 coming alive a little bit. Oh, nice swooping turn. We're gonna push a little bit. The tire's already warmed up, and I'm just gonna punch it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Just a little bit. It's got that nice crackle. There's no, I know everybody says the RCF has the same V8, the ISF has the same V8. This is the only V8 that sounds like this, let me tell you. It is a unique beast. And same thing when we just have it sort of downshifting the way I do. Really, really nice, pretty solid. I'm gonna put it in sport. Even in sport, it's not like obnoxious. Like I definitely feel like I can still drive it. And the fuel low light just turned on, which is hilarious. That is the story of my life. So yeah, first impressions, I don't have a lot of wind noise. Even with this top, this is a soft top, but it's a 3-layer soft top. So even sitting here on the inside, it almost feels like a hard top. Like even a lot of the bits are hard plastic. I pretty much can't hear any wind noise right now. Maybe I hear a little bit from the traffic around me. Now this part of the highway is always a little bit loud. I remember that from going on test drives. You can hear the tires on this concrete for like the next couple of kilometers. And I mean, with these tires, they're a little bit softer, I'm sure. So it's no different. Maybe there's a tiny bit of wind, of like noise outside the cabin, but it's nothing crazy. And I like that I can still hear that exhaust as well. And we're gonna put it in Sport Plus. So that changes a little bit of the dash. And now it's gonna make it, the Sport Plus is gonna make the suspension feel tight. So when I kind of like whip it around a little bit, it ends up that it's actually hugging the road quite a bit. All right, punched it a little bit there. You could hear a little bit of the crack and pop. Oh, and the downshifts, okay. Okay. That downshift blip is the nicest I've driven in the lineup, by far. I forgot this car does that. I haven't driven one in a while. Oh my goodness. This is one of those reviews that's gonna cost me money because I'm gonna want one of these. And that's exactly what I feel like right now. Honestly, guys, like I'm not a soft top person. I like this because it doesn't feel like a soft top. Like it feels like I have a hard top above me. And I know people are gonna say the structure of it and stuff like that. Ooh, here's a little bit of a swooping corner. I'm just gonna punch through. It really hugs it well. I'm not going crazy fast, but it feels good. Like this is a car you can have fun with and not have to go mock speeds to have fun with. Like it's a really fun car to drive. I was going just the speed limit. That's what I'm gonna say. I was going the speed limit through that corner and it felt fun. It's actually less stiff. Like I'm in Sport Plus, I'm gonna put it back to normal. And there's also a comfort mode, by the way. I'm putting it in comfort mode. Even the Sport Plus didn't feel super stiff. I actually maybe would have liked it to be stiffer if I could have. Really good handling through that corner and it didn't feel like super bumpy. Like I have a 95 Supra with aftermarket suspension and you feel every bump, like you're always jiggling around, and this doesn't have that at all. Next, we're gonna do top down. I think that's gonna be fun. And I hope I don't buy this car because I literally might. Okay, so we have the top down now and I have the windows up. I have the heat cranked because it is cold out today. I do have the air scarf on. My dash is telling me it is now dropped to 4 degrees. So we'll see how I do once I start moving. Right now I'm actually pretty comfortable. I'm gonna try it on like a slower speed road and then the highway. And we'll kind of see if I can make it back to the dealership by the time that I freeze. One of the things I already noticed, I can even hear the idling of the engine more with the convertible. And I remember we used to have this guy that worked here named Mitch. He sold one of the first convertibles that we had. He said that was his favorite thing, was that the convertible, you could hear more of the exhaust because of the convertible. Although I do hear the air scarf a little bit. And there's just something about driving a convertible along the coast. I think that's like how they were invented. They must have been invented in like California or something like that, because it is spectacular. It's just a different experience. You guys, I was never a convertible person before today. This is changing my perspective, and it's not even summer yet. So I can only imagine once it is summer. We still have it just in normal mode. I'm gonna put it in sport. We're gonna put it just in sport, just a little bit. because I don't know how much time I have with this car, so I might as well have some fun while I do it. Life is too short to not have fun while driving fun cars. I can already hear the highway. That's one thing about convertibles is you hear more of the road too, by the way. And I'm just gonna punch it a little bit. What? Oh my God. The pops are legit. Those are legitness, if that's even a word. Oh, and there's like a wall beside me now. Hang on. That's wonderful. That is just unbelievable. I'm so in love with this car. The LC looks tame. It kind of looks like a tamed car. I'm here to tell you it's not. It doesn't have to be. It's all about how you drive it. I'm having a blast in this thing right now. A little bit of windy roads. It's not a super bumpy road. Oh my God, I'm gonna end up buying one of these. I can't afford that right now. Maybe if I get enough subscribers, maybe if we get to 100,000 subscribers, maybe I can buy an LC, but I doubt it. And I would probably do the convertible. I know it's more money. It's so good though. I have a couple hardtop or like just the coupes on order. So we'll see when those come in if I still love the convertible more. But wow, that's amazing. Really excited about this. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna get on the highway. I'm gonna put it in Sport Plus for that because there's usually a good swooping turn as we get onto the highway as well. That's so wonderful. I know I'm supposed to be talking about like the other aspects of this car right now, but I can't because I'm just enjoying it. Oh my God, okay, that was I actually didn't mean to punch it that quick. That was pretty good. And it hugged pretty well too. Okay, so far, even with moving, I have the heated seat cranked, the scarf cranked, and pretty much the HVAC cranked. I'm actually pretty comfortable. I mean, it's 5 degrees now. I would say you could drive in town like this. The sun is out, so I think that's helping a little bit too, down to eco mode. So for this car, there is many different driving modes. So we have comfort, we have eco. So comfort is gonna be a really soft suspension. Eco is gonna be normal suspension, but soft acceleration, the shifting, the AC, the heat will all be in like an eco mode. We have normal mode, which is exactly what it sounds. The car is just gonna try to do its best of all the things. Then we also have custom. So custom, you can change things where it's like a sport chassis, but like an eco engine and transmission if you want. Then we have sport. So sport is gonna leave the suspension normal, but then really make that transmission more of like a high performance transmission. Then we can have Sport Plus, where it's gonna tighten that suspension, the whole chassis is gonna be tight, and it's gonna have the same stuff as Sport does. So those are the different driving modes. I mean, technically there's a snow mode on the other side here, but I think that really just kind of like softens the responsiveness from any of the other stuff. And then there's traction control off, which I know with like the high performance differential setup, you can like, that kind of like makes it more of like an expert drive. I don't think the LC convertible does it that way. I think it does exactly what it sounds like. It just turns off traction control and the VSS and stuff like that too, because they have it so you can't really like drift this car or do big burnouts or anything like that. Oh, you could probably do burnouts, who am I kidding? But I'm over that. That's not what this car is for. This car is to tour and have fun while you're driving it. And it does a good job. And you guys, like, look, we've been driving for a few minutes with the top down, and my hair, I don't have that much product in it, is holding up. We're doing okay. A couple other things. So I've said this in other videos. Actually, my first YouTube video was actually on an LC. It was the Artisan Spirit custom one we did. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. What? That's wild. Oh my God. I'm already gonna be on empty because I just am punching it so much. So my first video on YouTube was actually the LC Artisan Spirits build we did. Super, super cool car. I didn't get a chance to push it because it had the body kit and the wheels and the spoiler on it, so I never really ripped that car. This, the way it comes, I'm in love with. I love the wheels. I love everything about it. Even then, I talked about how the car was designed around the driver. So they started with the driver's seat and the things that go along with that, and then they built the rest of the car around it. That's something we see with brands like Ferrari, like Porsche, and now it's, you know, unbelievable, but that we're not known for that. And now Lexus. And you can definitely see that when you're sitting here. I'm 6'1". I have lots of room. It feels like a cockpit, which again, I have a 90s sports car that was designed to be like a cockpit, and that's exactly what I feel like in this car. Some of it reminds me of the Jaguar F-Type from a couple years back before the redesign. The way the engine sounds, the handle that we have in the center, sort of the driving dynamics all remind me of the Jag, just with the Lexus finishing touches, which I think is pretty cool. I'm getting cold though. I am getting a little bit cold. I forgot to put in, there is a baffle for this back seat that actually prevents a little bit of the wind from coming in. It's in my office at work. It's still in the box. I totally forgot to put it in today because this would have been a really good way to test it, but maybe that'll give me an excuse to drive it again. We all know I want to. Okay, we're doing Sport Plus to get on the highway. And it's a little bit of a roundabout, so that's kind of fun. Here we go. Nice, really tight, tight. The tire's already warm, so I can punch it a little bit. Oh my God, it's so good. Gonna hold that gear just a little bit as we go to get on. Again, we're not speeding. We're just driving the car the way it should be. I missed a shift. I can't believe I missed a shift. But it sounded so good. When Toyota Lexus, whenever they have a rev limiter, it sounds amazing. Okay, enough about that. Let's talk about the actual driving. So it's not super windy. Like, yes, a few things are flying around in here. It's not too bad. I do hear lots of noise because now we're outside. That makes sense. I'm still pretty warm. A little bit chilly, but for the most part, I'm still pretty warm. Like, I'm not even wearing a jacket right now. Like, I'm just wearing a suit jacket and it's fine. I'm going about 100 kilometers an hour. I put it in normal mode. I still have the heat cranked. I still have all that stuff. Yeah, for the most part, I think it's super doable. If I put the wind visor, a baffle thing in here, it would probably be even more better, if that makes sense. But for this, I don't know, like, I think it's still doing a pretty good job. If I had to go on a long distance like this, at 5 degrees Celsius, I would be cold. There's no doubt about it, I would be cold. But for right now, today, if I was just driving through wine country or whatever, it's a blast. Like, I think it's definitely doable for a car like this. And the fact that you can hear that engine so much better with it being a convertible, I'm obsessed with, and I don't use that very often. I am obsessed with how that is. Especially, I went through a little tunnel back there when I was getting on the highway, and hearing an echo around me, oh, just great. I could definitely get used to this, and I really do think I want to buy one of these. So we'll see what happens. I don't know, like, it's just a nice night. The sun is kind of setting behind me. It's not even summer yet, and I could just imagine spending my summers with this car. If I didn't feel like I was already pretty tapped with all the other hobbies and expenses I have, I would be adding this to that for sure. I'm just gonna do another, we're still on the highway for like another half a kilometer. Oof, I'd just do that. That's just so good. It's so good. I have the best job in the world. This is the best company in the world. I just don't see how, like, owning like a yacht or something could be more fun than this, although it would match it very well. The blue and white is very nautical to me, and I grew up living near the water, and I think that could be why I have such a soft spot for this. Also, it reminds me of like a Miami Vice vibe. Maybe it's the sunglasses and the sport jacket, I don't know. I think the first time I drove a convertible, I thought it was weird that like people could see the back of your head, but in this, I don't know, I'm just kind of used to it. Size-wise, maybe it's the size, like it's more of like a mid-size coupe. So it feels like a little bit more substantial, I guess. But overall, really good drive. I'm super impressed with it. It's definitely my favorite car in the lineup. I know I just got asked that recently. Now it's the LC convertible. And I mean it. This is like a form of therapy, I think. I mean, having a bad day and being able to drive a car like this, unbelievable. I think it's great. So there you have it. An on-road driving experience of the LC500, and I'm super worried that after spending the time with this today, I'm probably gonna end up buying one because the driving experience on this, and I know I use that word a lot in this channel, not only is it fun to drive, it's super comfortable, smooth, we have high-end materials, an amazing sounding engine, and this blue-white combination, especially in the summertime, is just to die for. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video and the LC in this color combination and package. And let me know if there's any other driving videos that you think I should do for any of the vehicles in the Lexus lineup, or maybe even outside the Lexus lineup. So we'll see what happens. And I'll see you in the next video.